Hi class, it's good to see you. Hello Digital Toolbox. This is how to make video in a time of quarantine. Basically, I think you've shot some video by now. You might have used your phone or a video camera. You might even use your computer. I gave you lots of options. If you read the assignment carefully, you have a lot of options. But the hardest part is figuring out how to edit your video. Some of you may have edited your video already, but other people, they have access to Adobe Premiere, but they don't know how to use it, or they don't even have access to Adobe Premiere. So what I'm offering is a little tutorial on Adobe Premiere, including some links to how to learn more about it, as well as alternative strategies for editing your video. Some of those include just talking into your phone 1 minute a day for 5 days and uploading those 5 separate films to YouTube and call it a video blog. You can talk about your life. You can make a sort of, a love letter to a friend. I mean, it's really pretty open. The most important thing is that you're able to get some video to YouTube, and from YouTube, after you upload to YouTube, I want you to get that video link from YouTube and send it to the iLearn to show that you made a video, that it's on YouTube, and put it on your WordPress website under the video page, which involves pasting the YouTube link into that page and hitting return. And it should embed itself. It should be live, like you should be able to hit, like update and then go to your website on your phone and look, and there's your video and you can play it. Okay, for starters, it's important that your media is in the same place as your project and that you don't move your media after you put it in a folder. Okay, so make a folder called something like My Premiere Project, and then inside that folder you're going to have your projects, but you should have another folder that has your footage in it, the raw footage that you're going to edit from. This can be movies, this can be stills, this can be audio files, okay? And you can get these from your phone and email them to yourself and download them, or shoot them with your computer, or if you have a video camera around, you can do that. And then some of your footage can be from places like archive.org. You can actually click on these 5.7 million movies that they have and choose something like a funky thing, like a tropical sci-fi for a background or something like that, or something to intersplice as B-roll, etc. And then you might get something, like a film like this that you could look at and play. And be like, well, I don't want to just steal that, but I could use parts of that. So you would sort of roll down here and say, I'll take the H.264 or the MP2, or if you're weird, you can get one of these. But, higher quality is better. But on the other hand, we know that we use H.264 on the way out anyway. So you can download that. And then you'll have it to play with. Okay. It's also inspirational. I want you to have fun doing this project. And I put down so many different ways to have fun. It might be a little bit inundating, but go with it. Look, you can use some mass media sources. You can use your soundtrack from SoundCloud that you put up, the soundtrack you made, that eighth. You can use that as a background. Just play it on one phone while recording with another, and you won't believe the magic of a soundtrack. I'm allowing you to use Instagram stories. I'm allowing you to use those crazy AR filters that they have in Snapchat. I'm allowing you to use Facebook Live, okay? Anything you can do to make a video, to make an interesting video, hopefully, to have fun with your family, with your friends, the ones that you're allowed to see, or have a Zoom video interaction, right? I just want you to feel like you have some power to make media that's interesting, even under duress. And this kind of bootstrapping, this DIY or do-it-yourself video making is actually what it's all about. It's what life is about, because although school can teach you mad skills, the skills change over time. The ability for you to figure out how to do something And I think this class has been about that. The ability for you to grab onto a new piece of software and say, ooh, I've got this. I'm going to figure this out and do something with it, leads you to independence. And that's most important to me. Okay? Once you have your footage in a folder on your desktop or somewhere on your computer, you want to make a new project, and you set the project to a name, like video for Toolbox, and then make sure you browse. You remember this from when we were doing Audition, and even with Photoshop. You browse to your folder on your desktop, and you say, my Premiere project, I want to save it in that folder. That's good. Okay. Now it's saved in that folder, you're ready to import media. Importing media looks like this. You just go to File, Import. You can go to your raw footage folder that you made and go ahead and import the whole thing, right? Once you've done that, you have all kinds of footage that you can play with, and this footage, if you double click on it down here, you can sort of play it up here. And if there's parts of your footage that you like, you can hit in and then out. And when you hit in and out points, you can then drag those in and out points are set. You can drag that little clip into your sequence, and then it plays like this. By taking multiple best of clips, you can get a movie. It's sort of like that. You kind of just jump around, right? So I'm just marking in and then out, right? And then I'm pulling that onto the next one. One after another, you take little clips of the basic idea of what you've shot, and you kind of gang them next to each other, and one after another they start to tell a story, right? Let's hope that story gets more and more interesting. So this is in and out. Okay, if you start to go off the screen, you can pull this dot to the right, and you can shrink your footage so you have more room to see. You just basically keep putting clips together until you have a sequence that seems to tell a story. Once you have what you want, you can go to the sequence. You have to click on this sequence, and if you want to export it, you just say export media, and then I don't know, I would say your format should be H.264 and match source, and then just click on this output name and make sure it's going to your right folder, Premiere Project, and with the right name, Final Movie. And then when you've done that, you can hit export. Boom. That should work most of the time. Say you're on YouTube and you've been watching Michael Moore, Planet of the Humans. You know how to do this because you've done this a few times. But say you're working with your own YouTube video that you published. You copy this link at the top of the page. This link can now go into your video page on your WordPress, right? You go to your WordPress site and you go ahead and under site, you find your pages. And under pages, you find the one called video, right? You go to that page, and then it's fairly simple, I think. You just take the link that you copied from YouTube and you literally paste it there. If you paste the link there, it should come up. I mean, that's all there is to it. Well, it's acting kind of weird, but if I say update, if you go to your website, you should be able to preview. There it is. It's in there, right? So I'll be going to your sites and checking if your videos are on your video page, and if they play. If they play and they're on your video page and they're like more than 2 minutes long, I'm going to give you a good grade. I also want to see the link from YouTube on the iLearn. You can just paste it in. After that, you're done. So do what you can to get a video out. There's a lot you can do if you're willing to. So listen, I've heard some really good results from Premiere Rush. I think you can download it at the App Store, the Google App Store, the Apple App Store, whatever. You download it, I think it's free. And Premiere Rush is Adobe Premiere, but it's made for your phone or your tablet, which means that you shoot with your phone or your tablet, boop, and then you edit with your finger, and then you press the upload to YouTube button, bink, and it's done. If you're really at a loss, try downloading Premiere Rush. I bet you could learn it in 5 minutes. It sounds crazy, but it's cutting edge crazy, and it might just work. Hint. Now, there are places where you can learn more. One of them is online, but if you want to learn more about the Premiere software that you have, you can go to in-app tutorials. The in-app tutorials help you learn the basics, create stylistic edits, and if you click Learn the Basics, you have importing media, preparing your clips for editing, editing your clips, exporting your project content. Those 4 little things are exactly what I'm trying to get at with this little tutorial. There's more for you, I'm sure. Above and beyond that, I want you to have fun. This project is supposed to be fun. And so I'm going to show you some links to tutorials and things like that, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but really, I want you to enjoy yourself. Get your family involved. You're stuck at home. Use whoever's in your house as actors. I know there's a lot coming up, and I know that life is a little bit tawdry right now, and I'm sorry. It's not really up to me, but if it was, it wouldn't be this way. But hey, we roll with it. Take your time. Make it right.